Greetings and salutations. So most, if not all, teenagers, young adults have experienced or maybe are experiencing some form of peer pressure from their friends, people at your school when you're trying to fit in, trying to belong, and maybe you want to be the popular kid at school, trying to be cool and all that. And when you fall prey to peer pressure, it makes you go against your values, against what you believe in, and you end up doing really stupid or detrimental stuff to yourself. There's been so many instances where there have been people that have fallen prey to peer pressure and it's led to them losing their lives, literally. So before I even move any further, you really need to be careful of the company you keep, because if you're hanging around the wrong crowd, you're more likely to be a victim of peer pressure. Maybe all of your friends, they're taking drugs and you personally don't want to do it, but there's just this pressure,
Oh, just try it, it's not that bad,
Or you see all your friends doing it and you see that they're fine, so you end up doing it yourself, and then that's how someone becomes addicted, and then now they're drug abusers, and it's literally a downward spiral. You really want to avoid it at all costs. The first thing you have to do is set boundaries with your friends. If you've got a good foundation of values and everything, you have to make that very clear to your friends. Maybe you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't take drugs, none of that. If your friends know that from the jump, if they're good friends, they're not going to try and coerce you or persuade you into doing those activities, because they already know that those are the boundaries you've set. You're not interested in any of that. If they are still trying to make you feel like you're uncool or you're weirdo for not doing the stuff that they do, stop hanging around with them. It's as simple as that, because those aren't the type of people that you should have in your circle. Maybe they are good people, but they just do activities that you're not interested in or you don't want to get involved in. So in that type of circumstance, you just want to make sure you've set your boundaries so that you can maintain those friendships, but you're not going against your values, going against what you believe in. They're not going to force upon you that peer pressure into doing things that you don't want to do. Even before you set boundaries, to set boundaries, you have to have a solid foundation of values. If you haven't got a strong foundation of values or beliefs, then it's going to be very easy for them to be poked. It's all about your mindset. If there's something that you stand against, stand against it. Don't allow your values to be poked, pushed through, because that's where the coercion just seeps in, and then you're doing the activities that you'd never wanted to do. Also, if you want to avoid peer pressure, you have to stop being a people pleaser, because that's where it stems from in the first place. Wanting to fit in, wanting to be cool, wanting to impress your friends. It's all about that feeling of belonging, because as humans, we naturally want to feel like we belong to a friendship group or community. So you feel like in order to belong, you have to do what they do. If not, you'll feel like you're an outcast. With that being said, you can have that sense of belonging without being a people pleaser. When you're a people pleaser, your sole purpose is literally just doing things to impress them, and you'll literally do anything to impress, whether it's dangerous, whether it can literally impact your health, your life. It can get really dark really quickly. With this, it's all about having that self-esteem, that confidence in yourself, that if a certain type of people don't like you, you're fine with that. You'll find another friendship group that you don't have to go about trying to impress all the time. So if you're in a friendship group right now where you feel like you're constantly trying to impress them or to please them, and you're doing things that you don't really want to in order to stay within that friendship group, I would suggest you just reconsider your friends and whether they're actually the type of people you want to be spending time with. It's so much easier for peer pressure to take a hold of you when you are trying to please people all the time. Following on from my last point, you have to surround yourself with the right people. If you've got a solid set of friends who have the same beliefs as you, same values as you, same goals, ambitions, peer pressure won't even exist in the first place. They're not even going to be doing those activities that you don't like anyways. A strong friendship group is so important. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You've heard that quote a million times. So if you have these values that you don't drink, you don't smoke, whatever, and your friends do as well, where's the peer pressure going to come from? Because they don't want to do those activities anyways, which is the best thing. There's also another quote. I love quotes, if you didn't know. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So if you're surrounded by friends that aren't really the same as you feel like they're going down a negative trajectory, but you just still want to hang around them, maybe at school, and you just need someone to chill with during the day or whatever, it would be better for you to distance yourself from them and hang out alone than being with them, because at least when you're by yourself, you can't be influenced by them. Being alone can suck, absolutely, but it's better than being peer pressured by the wrong group of friends. If you're on the right trajectory, naturally the right group of people will eventually find you with the same ambitions, the same goals, the same values. It may take a while, but the right people will come to you. Because if you are a high value person, you're gonna attract high value, ambitious people. So yeah, it is a difficult one, peer pressure, but you've just got to be able to overcome it. Stand your ground, say no to things that you don't want to do, and if they're not messing with you, then leave them alone. Find new friends. There's so many people in this world. You can find people online now and be friends with them. You don't have to be with the friends of the people in your school if they're not the right kind of friends you want to be around. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.